Imagine if you could have your autism indicated simply by doing hand movements like picking up a block. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself here and I'm getting ahead of the research, but there have been 2 studies recently that have looked at just this. I'm Juliet and I'm a late diagnosed autistic. Let's take a look at these studies. Okay, the first study, what they did was that they strapped something like a wrist guard or a glove onto your hand and it had sensors in it. They then showed a dot on a touch screen, and when you saw the dot you had to press it and then move your hand away. And they did this a few times, and then what they did was they ran the results through AI and trained the model to pick up when a person was autistic, whether they were ADHD, whether they were both, or whether they were neither. And it also looked at the level to which they were, for example, autistic. And it was quite incredible because their results were 66% accurate. Now, this might seem like it's not a lot, but it's incredible progress, especially at such a preliminary stage of their research. Let's look at the second study now. You pick up something, a block, such as this, and you have cameras all around, and these cameras monitor your movements, even things like how wide you open your fingers as you lift up the block and so on. Again, they took this data, ran it through AI models to identify when a person was autistic or not autistic. They didn't do the ADHD and so on, just the autism. And this study didn't look at the level of autism either. But in this case, the results were about 84% accurate, which is amazing. Now, if we look at the ADOS-2, which is the type of gold standard test for autism, although it's not always very accurate for people who show less obvious signs of autism, but the ADOS-2 has an accuracy of 89-90%. So really 84% compared to that is pretty good. These are very preliminary studies, and obviously there are a lot of gaps in it and so on. I think this is just amazing because these tests are like 15 minutes long. You don't need any specialized clinicians, and they can use this as a quick screening mechanism to flag to clinicians. So what do you think about these studies? Would you like to pick up a block and screen yourself for autism or ADHD or whatever the case may be? Let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and hit notifications for more videos in the future. Thanks. Bye.